When we envision heaven, images of grandeur and beauty often fill our minds. Streets paved with gold and gates made of pearl are some of the most striking depictions found in spiritual texts. These images are not merely descriptions of a distant, otherworldly place, but carry deep symbolic meanings that can enrich our spiritual lives today. Gold and pearls are treasured for their beauty and rarity on earth, and their heavenly representations invite us to explore what they signify for our journey toward divine understanding. Gold, known for its enduring luster and resistance to corrosion, is more than just a precious metal. In spiritual contexts, it represents purity, wisdom, and divine perfection. It shines like the sun, reflecting light and radiance, symbolizing the eternal and unchanging nature of spiritual truth. The roads of gold in heaven are a metaphor for the path we are encouraged to walk, one of enlightenment, spiritual growth, and connection with the divine essence within us. Pearls, on the other hand, are formed through a process of irritation and transformation. They start as tiny grains of sand and become beautiful, smooth treasures through patience and persistence. The gates of pearl remind us that entry into the divine realm requires growth and transformation. They symbolize the trials and lessons we face in life, which shape and polish us into beings capable of entering the sacred space of heaven. Understanding these symbols helps us to see heaven not just as a physical place, but as a state of being. It calls us to reflect on our own spiritual paths and consider how we can bring the qualities of gold and pearl into our lives. By doing so, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of our spiritual nature and the divine presence that surrounds us. Why is it important to understand the symbolism behind the roads of gold and gates of pearl? In the hustle and bustle of daily life, it can be easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. Spiritual symbols serve as reminders of the qualities we should cultivate to grow spiritually and live fulfilling lives. By interpreting these symbols, we gain insights that can inspire and guide us on our personal journeys. Gold represents not only wealth, but also the richness of spirit. It calls us to purify our intentions, to seek wisdom, and to live with integrity. By focusing on these qualities, we create a solid foundation for spiritual growth. The roads of gold suggest that our spiritual journey is paved with opportunities to practice love, kindness, and understanding. These are the values that lead us to a more enlightened existence. The gates of pearl teach us about resilience and transformation. Just as a pearl is formed through adversity, our challenges in life can lead to personal growth and spiritual awakening. By embracing these challenges, we develop the strength and wisdom needed to progress on our spiritual paths. The gates are a reminder that the trials we face are gateways to greater understanding and connection with the divine. By contemplating these symbols, we can align our actions and thoughts with our highest spiritual aspirations. They encourage us to look beyond the material world and focus on cultivating inner virtues that bring us closer to our true selves and the divine. Understanding the deeper meanings of these heavenly materials enriches our lives, providing a sense of purpose and direction that transcends the mundane. Gold has been revered throughout history for its beauty and enduring value. In the context of heaven, gold takes on an even more profound significance. It is a symbol of the divine light that illuminates our spiritual path, guiding us toward truth and enlightenment. The roads of gold represent the journey we must undertake to align ourselves with this divine light and embrace our spiritual potential. On a spiritual level, gold symbolizes purity and perfection. It calls us to refine our character and cultivate qualities such as honesty, compassion, and wisdom. As we walk our spiritual path, we are invited to shed the impurities of ego and selfish desires, allowing our true selves to shine forth. The roads of gold in heaven serve as a metaphor for this process of purification and transformation. Gold also represents the idea of abundance, not just in a material sense, but in terms of spiritual richness. It encourages us to recognize the wealth of love, joy, and peace that is available to us when we connect with our higher selves and the divine. By walking the roads of gold, we open ourselves to these abundant blessings and become more attuned to the spiritual gifts that life offers. In many spiritual traditions, gold is associated with the sun, which is a symbol of illumination and enlightenment. Just as the sun provides light and warmth, the divine presence illuminates our path, helping us to see clearly and make wise choices. The roads of gold remind us that our journey is illuminated by this divine light and that by following it, we can reach our highest potential. As we reflect on the symbolism of gold in heaven, we are encouraged to strive for excellence in our spiritual lives. We are called to walk with integrity, to seek wisdom, and to live in harmony with the divine will. By doing so, we pave our own roads of gold, creating a path that leads us to deeper understanding and connection with the divine. The gates of pearl are a powerful symbol in spiritual teachings, representing the transition from earthly life to a divine state of being. Pearls, formed within the depths of the ocean, are created through a process of patience and transformation. This process mirrors our own spiritual journey, where we grow and evolve through life's challenges and experiences. In spiritual contexts, pearls symbolize purity, wisdom, and spiritual insight. The gates of pearl remind us that to enter the divine realm, we must undergo a process of inner transformation. Just as a pearl begins as a tiny grain of sand and becomes a precious gem, our spiritual growth requires time and perseverance. It is through facing and overcoming challenges that we develop the qualities necessary to access higher states of consciousness. The gates of pearl also represent the notion of spiritual entry. They symbolize the threshold between the material world and the divine, suggesting that to pass through these gates, we must leave behind our attachments and limitations. This means letting go of ego-driven desires and embracing a higher perspective that aligns with our true spiritual nature. By contemplating the symbolism of the gates of pearl, we are encouraged to view our trials and tribulations as opportunities for growth. Each challenge we face is a step toward greater understanding and spiritual maturity. The gates invite us to embrace change and transformation, knowing that these experiences lead us closer to the divine. As we strive to live in accordance with these principles, we cultivate the qualities necessary to pass through the gates of pearl. We become more compassionate, wise, and attuned to our spiritual purpose. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for the journey beyond the physical realm, where the true treasures of the spirit await. The materials of heaven, such as gold and pearl, offer profound insights into the nature of our lives and spiritual journeys. These symbols are not just about the beauty and wealth of the divine realm, but also reflect the qualities and virtues we are called to cultivate in our own lives. By understanding this interconnection, we gain a deeper appreciation of our spiritual path and the divine presence that guides us. Gold, with its association with purity and enlightenment, calls us to walk a path of integrity and wisdom. It encourages us to seek truth and live authentically, aligning our actions with our highest values. By doing so, we pave our own roads of gold, creating a life filled with meaning and purpose. Pearls, with their symbolism of transformation and resilience, remind us that challenges are a natural part of our spiritual journey. They teach us to embrace difficulties as opportunities for growth and to remain patient and persistent in our pursuit of spiritual maturity. The gates of pearl inspire us to transcend our limitations and strive for higher states of consciousness. The interconnection between these heavenly materials and our lives is a reminder that the quantities they represent are accessible to us here and now. By cultivating purity, wisdom, patience, and resilience, we can experience the richness of the divine in our daily lives. These virtues guide us toward a deeper understanding of ourselves and our connection with the divine. By integrating these qualities into our lives, we align ourselves with the divine purpose and open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm. We become more attuned to the guidance and support of the divine, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. This interconnection invites us to live with intention and to embrace the spiritual journey as a path of discovery and transformation. The symbols of roads of gold and gates of pearl serve as powerful inspirations for our spiritual journey. They remind us of the potential within us to connect with the divine and live a life of purpose and fulfillment. By reflecting on these symbols, we are encouraged to pursue spiritual growth and transformation with dedication and passion. Gold inspires us to seek enlightenment and live with integrity. It calls us to purify our thoughts and actions, aligning them with our highest values. By striving for excellence in our spiritual lives, we create a path that leads to deeper understanding and connection with the divine. The roads of gold encourage us to walk this path with confidence and trust in the divine guidance that lights our way. Pearls, on the other hand, inspire us to embrace change and transformation. They remind us that challenges are not obstacles but opportunities for growth. By facing difficulties with courage and resilience, we develop the qualities necessary to enter the divine realm. The gates of pearl encourage us to view our trials as stepping stones to higher consciousness and spiritual maturity. These symbols inspire us to live with purpose and intention. They invite us to reflect on our spiritual journey and consider how we can embody the qualities they represent in our daily lives. By doing so, we align ourselves with the divine purpose and open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm. As we embrace these symbols, we are inspired to continue our journey with faith and determination. We are reminded that the path to the divine is not always easy, but it is always rewarding. By cultivating the virtues of gold and pearl, we prepare ourselves for the journey beyond the physical realm, where the true treasures of the spirit await. Through this inspiration, we are encouraged to live with a sense of wonder and curiosity, always seeking to deepen our connection with the divine. We are invited to see the beauty and richness of the spiritual path and to embrace the journey as a sacred adventure filled with discovery and transformation. Throughout history, various cultures and spiritual traditions have depicted heaven using precious materials such as gold and pearls. These depictions provide rich historical perspectives on the significance of these symbols and how they have shaped our understanding of the divine realm. In ancient times, gold was revered as a symbol of the divine and was often used in religious artifacts and temples. Its association with purity and eternity made it a fitting representation of the heavenly realm. The roads of gold in spiritual texts symbolize the journey toward enlightenment and the eternal nature of the divine. This symbolism has been echoed in various religious traditions, where gold is seen as a representation of spiritual wisdom and illumination. Similarly, pearls have been valued for their beauty and rarity, symbolizing spiritual insight and transformation. In many cultures, pearls are associated with the moon and water, elements that represent intuition and the subconscious mind. The gates of pearl in heaven are seen as gateways to higher consciousness, inviting us to explore the depths of our spiritual nature. These historical perspectives offer valuable insights into how different cultures have understood and represented the divine. They remind us that the symbols of gold and pearl have been revered across time and space, highlighting their universal significance in the human quest for spiritual understanding. By studying these historical depictions, we gain a deeper appreciation of the richness and diversity of spiritual traditions. We are reminded that the quest for spiritual truth is a shared human experience, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. This understanding enriches our own spiritual journey, providing us with a broader perspective on the path to the divine. Reflecting on the symbolism of roads of gold and gates of pearl can lead to profound personal insights and transformations. These symbols invite us to explore our own spiritual beliefs and values, offering a framework for understanding our journey toward the divine. For many, the roads of gold represent a path of integrity and enlightenment. They inspire us to live with authenticity, aligning our actions with our highest spiritual values. By walking this path, we create a life that reflects our true essence and connects us with the divine presence within. The gates of pearl, with their emphasis on transformation and resilience, encourage us to embrace change and growth. They remind us that our challenges are opportunities for spiritual development, guiding us toward greater understanding and wisdom. By facing these challenges with courage and grace, we open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm. Personal reflections on these symbols can lead to a deeper connection with our spiritual nature. They invite us to consider how we can embody the qualities of gold and pearl in our daily lives, creating a life of purpose and fulfillment. By integrating these symbols into our spiritual practice, we align ourselves with the divine purpose and open ourselves to the guidance and support of the divine. These reflections also encourage us to view our spiritual journey as a dynamic and evolving process. They remind us that our path is not static but filled with opportunities for growth and transformation. By embracing this journey with curiosity and openness, we discover the richness and beauty of our spiritual nature. The lessons of gold and pearl are not just abstract concepts but practical guides for living a meaningful and fulfilling life. By applying these lessons in our daily lives, we can cultivate the qualities necessary for spiritual growth and transformation. Gold teaches us the importance of integrity and wisdom. It calls us to live with authenticity, aligning our actions with our highest values. By striving for excellence in our spiritual lives, we create a solid foundation for growth and transformation. The roads of gold remind us that our journey is paved with opportunities to practice love, kindness, and understanding. Pearl teaches us the value of resilience and transformation. It reminds us that challenges are a natural part of our spiritual journey and that they offer opportunities for growth. By embracing these challenges with patience and persistence, we develop the strength and wisdom necessary to progress on our spiritual paths. The gates of pearl inspire us to transcend our limitations and strive for higher states of consciousness. By integrating these lessons into our lives, we align ourselves with the divine purpose and open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm. We become more attuned to the guidance and support of the divine, allowing us to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. These lessons invite us to live with intention and to embrace the spiritual journey as a path of discovery and transformation. By embodying the qualities of gold and pearl, we create a life filled with meaning and purpose. We become more compassionate, wise, and attuned to our spiritual nature. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for the journey beyond the physical realm, where the true treasures of the spirit await. As we reflect on the symbolism of roads of gold and gates of pearl, we are invited to embrace our spiritual journey with new understanding and purpose. These symbols remind us of the potential within us to connect with the divine and live a life of fulfillment and joy. By understanding the deeper meanings of these heavenly materials, we gain insights that inspire and guide us on our spiritual paths. Gold teaches us the importance of integrity and wisdom, while pearls remind us of the value of resilience and transformation. Together, these symbols offer a framework for living a life aligned with our highest spiritual aspirations. By embodying the qualities of gold and pearl, we create a life filled with meaning and purpose. We become more compassionate, wise, and attuned to our spiritual nature. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for the journey beyond the physical realm, where the true treasures of the spirit await. As we embrace this journey with faith and determination, we are reminded that the path to the divine is not always easy, but it is always rewarding. By cultivating the virtues of gold and pearl, we open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm and become more attuned to the guidance and support of the divine. Ultimately, the journey through the roads of gold and gates of pearl is a celebration of our spiritual nature and a reminder of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. It invites us to see the beauty and richness of the spiritual path and to embrace the journey as a sacred adventure filled with discovery and transformation. The exploration of roads of gold and gates of pearl offers profound insights into the nature of our spiritual journey. These symbols invite us to reflect on our beliefs and values, providing a framework for understanding our path toward the divine. By embodying the qualities they represent, we align ourselves with the divine purpose and open ourselves to the blessings of the spiritual realm. As we walk the roads of gold, we are called to live with integrity and wisdom, creating a path of enlightenment and spiritual growth. The gates of pearl remind us of the importance of resilience and transformation, encouraging us to embrace change and growth as opportunities for spiritual development. By integrating these lessons into our lives, we create a life filled with meaning and purpose. We become more attuned to our spiritual nature and the guidance and support of the divine. In doing so, we prepare ourselves for the journey beyond the physical realm, where the true treasures of the spirit await. Ultimately, the journey through the roads of gold and gates of pearl is a celebration of our spiritual nature and a reminder of our ability to create, innovate, and transcend. It invites us to see the beauty and richness of the spiritual path and to embrace the journey as a sacred adventure filled with discovery and transformation.